Why start an online business in the first place? Over 95% of all traditional small businesses are currently losing money. Okay? Traditional offline businesses are falling, and then the worse the economy gets, the harder it gets for these small business. But it is very, very easy. It's very easy to earn a substantial six-figure income from your own home or your computer, simply by leveraging an online business. This will become overwhelmingly evident when you get into the bulk of this program. Just follow along, proceed through the program module by module, and we're going to give you everything you need to know to be a success with internet marketing. Take it from from a team of people that have been through the trenches. Okay, we've seen, done, and created just about every type of system, strategy, and tactic, and tried every process that you could think of when it comes to internet marketing. You have to have a hype sensor. Don't believe the hype. All of the online get-rich-quick claims are completely worthless, and I mean that. People always try to fit in an exception to the rule because they think whatever program that they're in that promised them that they're going to get $1 million this month, this may be the real one. This may be the one. Don't believe the hype. Sure, it's true that the internet is vast and it's evolving faster than ever, and people are making a lot of money. But this isn't happening, generally speaking, for them overnight. Okay? It's just not happening. When you see all of these sites with all of the $1 million bank accounts and things like that, and they're saying, 3 clicks, 14 clicks of your mouse, 15 clicks of your mouse, and you're profitable and you're making $100,000 a month like me, that is complete BS. What's really going on is you're looking at someone's account that took years and years of building. It took hard sweat and tears of getting actual customers to pull out their credit card and order, okay? Building a list, nurturing that list, providing value, providing content, and then selling to that list over and over again. But all you see is the end result. All you see is the money on the page. And so what that happens is that particular guru will go and leverage that screenshot and lead you to believe that you can do that overnight. Now, that's not to say that there aren't some legit courses out there. The problem is that the scammers and the complete overhyped BS courses have made it very difficult for honest marketers out there. Because we do have some screenshots to show you, and we're not promising that our screenshots will happen for you overnight. But for us honest marketers, we're trying to show you that this is what you can do over time by building the appropriate system, by taking the necessary action. But the problem with that is everybody gets mixed together and it gets very confusing. But generally speaking, I don't care if you click your mouse 1,000 times, okay? You sit there and click until your thumbs fall off. You're not going to make millions of dollars overnight. I don't care what the sales letter tells you. All right? Yes, there are millions of computer owners out there that are online. Yes, like I said, the internet is growing at a rapid pace. But it's not true that they're just sitting there waiting for you to click your mouse 13 times so that they can send you the money the moment that you finish up or the moment that you contact them. In fact, it's harder to get someone to buy on the internet oftentimes than it is to get them to buy in a normal business. Why? Because there's less trust. There's less trust. Now, sure, it's a lot easier now than it was in the early 2000s, but still, there's that sort of a veil that you can't see who's behind the curtain on the internet. All right, you don't know if the picture that you're looking at on the site is the guy who really created the system or he's some paid actor. It's just so buyers are becoming savvy, and buyers it's a lot harder to convey trust on the internet. Now, there are some, bona fide ways to reach buyers, real buyers, and to make some serious money with internet marketing. But the vast majority of the people that you're going to come across and when you join the list and they're going to mail you the new shiny objects, We call this shiny object syndrome. Okay, new ways to get rich quick overnight. They're only offering theoretical crap. Things that sound like they'll work, but they really don't show you how they will work. And most of these guys have no clue about the real world profitable tactics that I'm about to reveal to you throughout this program. And I know this for a fact. When we attend these seminars, we don't just go there to learn, from the presenters. We know a lot of the stuff, but we talk to people. We interact, we network, and it's sad how many so-called gurus are out there teaching that don't quite get it. They don't quite get what this is all about. You see, because the internet is always evolving, there's always going to be an angle, a loophole, something that's new. A new company comes out, then it's MySpace. All right? Then another new company comes out because some kid at Harvard creates it, then it's Facebook. So now, with every new development, with every new trend, there's going to be a new tactic, a new loophole, a new strategy. And the problem is people look at the strategy as the end-all, be-all, instead of a tool for building a business. See, if you focus on a strategy and trends are always developing, and the internet's always developing, and these things will come and go, right? So that means your business is coming and going. Your sales are coming and going, and that's not building a business on solid ground. Google AdWords was the hottest thing since sliced bread, which is a way that you can advertise using pay-per-click. And we'll go over that as well. But that was the hottest thing since sliced bread in the early 2000s. All right, people were making money left and right. And then as the decade came to a close, Google started penalizing marketers, started to actually dislike affiliate marketers because it wasn't adding to the value that their searches were getting. And that whole model shifted. Then everybody jumps on board to Facebook advertising and other ways of advertising. So if your business is based on a strategy, you don't have a business. The business has to stand on its own, okay, and leverage the different tools that the strategies can provide. And that's what you'll get what's inside of Faster, Smarter, Better. Thomas Edison says, as you see here on the screen, that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. This couldn't be more true. And I want to tell you right now that you can, yes you can, make $1 million on the internet. Lots of us have. But you won't make it overnight. It's not going to happen for you overnight. There is no magic button. That's the difference between having an ambitious goal and drinking the Kool-Aid from the gurus. And as you'll soon see, you may not need to make $1 million online to live the dream lifestyle that you have in your mind. A lot of people associate freedom and achieving their financial freedom with $1 million. But I'm going to reveal to you, you'll be very surprised at what you can do for a lot less than that, and what you really need to be financially free. The secret to pulling this off is to set up your business to run by itself so that you can concentrate on the marketing and the ideas of it instead. Once you have the market saturated, you can start another business online. Okay? Say you've gone through your market, you've set it up, or you can even possibly sell off the business and start another one. I mean, there's all kind of options that we're going to get into. But the fact is that you're learning a skill here that's not just internet marketing. You're learning how to build a business, how to build an asset that has true value. You can go and learn how to buy traffic anywhere. Pick any $37 ebook that you may find online, okay? And they'll give you a couple of tips. But that, like I said, is a tactic. That's a tactic, and there's the strategies. And you can learn those, but it's kind of like owning a wheel to a car, but not owning the whole car, not knowing how to drive. We're going to show you how to drive, and how to drive better than anybody else who may be in your marketplace, for that matter, for whatever niche that you choose to get into. All the while, let's say you're setting up these businesses, these will all be multiple streams of income, multiple assets that give you income on a monthly basis. So if something fails, or if there's a shift in the marketplace, well, guess what? You've developed a portfolio of profit. All right. So if something else doesn't do so well, you may be doing really well in a different market. Just as any smart businessman, any smart investor out there, diversifying is crucial. You should never put all your eggs in one basket, and I strongly advise that you don't do that as well on the internet, because on the internet, especially on the internet, things are more volatile than in any other market or any other business venture. So diversifying is crucial, and there's a proper way to do that, and there's a wrong way to do that, and we'll get into that in later lessons. But basically, if you do it the wrong way, it turns more to a sort of an ADD, attention deficit. You think you're diversifying, but you're really getting distracted, and you're trying to start multiple things at the same time, and that's a dangerous path to follow. So we're going to show you how to protect yourself from that as well. So this brings me back to my original question. Why do you want to start an online business in the first place? The answer to this question is a strong force that will guide you to pretty much what your ultimate goal is. And if you can't answer that question, then quite honestly, maybe you shouldn't be starting an online business. I mean, you have to know why you're getting into this in the first place so that you can develop the plan, the action plan. I can get you there. This program will get you there. But if you don't know where you're going, well, it's going to be kind of hard to know when you arrive, if that makes any sense to you. Once you put the hard work in to get a couple of, let's say you have a couple of streams of income, a couple of businesses making money, now you can take more time off and enjoy life. I mean, this is what this program is all about. You're going to pay the price up front. You're going to work a few long hour days at first. I'm sorry. It's just a fact of it. This isn't the easy button course, and if that's what you're looking for, quite honestly, I would prefer if you didn't continue, because you're going to be sadly mistaken. This is a course about taking proven actions, a certain set of steps to build up an asset that's going to be there for you for years to come, no matter what the next Facebook comes out, or what the next magic system comes out. It won't phase you. These will just be tools for your business. You're going to pay the price, work hard, and the payoff will be huge. Before you know it, you'll be able to enjoy the luxury lifestyle that you've always wanted, and knowing that you'll have that passive income flowing in, even if you're away on vacation, even if you're out, you're taking off for a month, even if you decided not to do a thing, answer one email over the holidays, you know that income is going to continue. That's the type of security that is priceless. There's no other business in the world like this where you can take off, work where you want to, run your business practically from anywhere, and all you need is a laptop and an internet connection, and you're good. And when you look at the internet marketing, the profile of your average person, your audience. All right, look at the audience. A lot of people fail to realize that people who are creating this revenue, billions and billions of dollars online, look deeper into them, and you'll see that this is almost the perfect marketplace. I mean, most of the users here, they're educated, okay, somewhat. They can do. They're actively involved online. They can afford to be online. Even though there's free libraries now, and it's becoming a lot cheaper. The majority of people are getting high-speed access. They're getting high-speed internet, and they can afford that. They have, most of them statistically have credit cards, almost all of them, and it's been proven that a lot of them are impulsive buyers. They are I want it now generations, I want it now type of profile, click, instant gratification type of person. So you couldn't be setting up your business with a more perfect type of potential customer. Now, within that huge pool of customers, there's different niches and sub-niches that we'll get into, and we'll identify what niches are in the first place and where you want to lay your foundation for your first business. But just know that it's a lot easier than if you were to go ahead and set up a brick and mortar. Even if you pick a franchise where everybody knows the brand and you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of traffic, when you stack them up side by side and you look at all of the costs and expenditures and the franchising fees, and say McDonald's, for example, and you have that's if you had the $250,000 to put into it, plus the $1 million reserve you need to have in the bank, in hopes of making $200,000 your first year, $200,000. It's just a lot simpler to put your energy and effort into starting an online business and reaching a wider audience with a higher profit potential, with less risk, and that's why you are headed for something that is really, really special. As long as you can follow a set number of instructions, step by step. So overall, really drive this thing home and really think about it. Why do you want to start an online business? A lot of you will have goals, have income goals only. A lot of you may just want to buy a new car, or put money away for your kids' college, or pay for some expensive medical treatment that you may need. And those are fine. Those type of income goals are fine. And the problem is, it's not a problem. I guess it's more of a benefit. Because you'll get there, especially though if you're that driven for it, depending on what it's for, your kids' college. And if you're that driven, you'll get to your income goal. But what after that? What happens after you get the goal? You're still left with this business. And this is what, are you saying, after you do that, you're happily going back to work, and maybe you enjoy what you do and you don't need the money. But usually it's something deeper that's going to drive you beyond the short-term income goal that you may have. For most people, it has something to do with freedom. Freedom to do what you want with your time, when you want to do it, without having to be slaved to bills and trading your time for money. Okay? Financial freedom. Almost every goal, almost every person who's driven to start an online business may not know it, but at the core of their desire to do so lies the desire for freedom. Freedom to buy what they want when they want to. The freedom to spend money without having to, to go out to restaurants without having to check the prices on the menus. And just the freedom to live life the way they truly want to. The problem is that people don't know, generally speaking, what it takes to achieve that freedom. There's $1 million myth going on. Okay? How much does it really take to live financially free? If somehow along the way, when we hear all the $1 million success stories and we see the people next to their luxury cars and their jets, and somehow it's been implanted in our heads that it takes $1 million to be free. And then what happens is we say, well, we're never going to earn $1 million, hence we'll never be free. It's kind of like self-sabotage. You either say it's kind of like $1 million or broke type of thing. There's no in between of happiness. And that's completely not true. If it were true, how do you explain the monk in East Asia who has nothing but his rice field and his yoga mat, who's completely free? He grows his food, he drinks his purified water, and he lives his days without a worry in the world. See, freedom is a matter of perception. And it means different things to different people. And what we're going to do now is figure out what freedom means to you and what you need to actually be financially free. And then the bulk of this program is going to be built around building a business that hits your freedom number, what we call it later on, that will allow you to live this lifestyle. So there's no hype here. Whatever this lifestyle is, we're going to break it down to the dollar and cents, okay? We're going to identify exactly what you need to earn to enable yourself to be financially free. And then we're going to build a business that supports that dollar amount, all right? So you may be in for a shock, because at this point, most courses would just tell you, okay, just do a little of this, sprinkle a little of that, and then one day you'll be, no, we're going to break it down for you step by step and actually, show you what you need to do to achieve that. So I hope you're getting excited. I know I am, because every time I do the exercise, it's scalable, by the way. I don't care what income level you're at, where you are in your life. You can always do this exercises that we're getting ready to show you, and to get to the next level of where you want to be. Point is that you have to get over the $1 million myth. Okay, get that number out of your head. Freedom should be the goal, not the dollar amount at this moment. Like we said, it's a matter of perception. $100,000 a year or $10,000 per month passively should do the trick. The trick is, the key to this whole thing is, what is passively? What do I mean by passive When people say passive income, it's important to understand what they're referring to. Wikipedia says passive income is an income received on a regular basis with little effort required to maintain it. That is what we're looking to build here with Faster, Smarter, Better. And this is what you will build. And it may take time to build it, but once it's done, well, first of all, you're never finished. But once the system's in place, having that income come in with little effort required allows you to go focus on other things, or just live life, or build another business, or continue to add to a portfolio of more and more passive income, and that's how you'll grow exponentially. But for now, let's focus on $100,000 a year, okay? Let's focus on, and when we say $10,000 a month, just, you've probably already done the math, but that's $120,000 a year. But right now, we're going to focus on either $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month, okay? What kind of lifestyle does $100,000 a year get you? I'll tell you one thing. It gets you a lot more than you probably thought of because you've been sold so much hype about the $1 million dream. And in the next portion of this video, we're going to show you what kind of lifestyle 100 grand gets you and how you're going to set your business up to achieve that. And we're going to do some exercises to show you how to break that down into a realistic number that will allow you to achieve that much faster than you ever thought possible.